everybody, it's your girl Kara Washington Speaks, and welcome back to my channel. So family, I am ducked off in my bathroom because I usually do my videos in the living room, but my fiance is cleaning up and we have both been home for the last week and a half together because we both actually got sick with COVID-19. So that's another video, but just know we're doing well, and yeah, we just taking things one day at a time, and just thankful that we are able to still have breath in our body to be able to live our lives. So I wanted to come on here really quickly, and I wanted to talk about school, and I wanted to talk about work. So for people who have been following me for quite some time, most of you all know that I work for Verizon. I've been working for Verizon for 2.5 years. I'm not gonna lie, I love my job. It's very easy, and especially since the pandemic, it has been effortless to do work. I mean, honestly, y'all, working from home it's been a dream come true. And so I am, of course, working from home. Some people did not have to some people weren't assigned to an assignment, but eventually I got assigned to an assignment. And basically I'm doing outgoing calls, which means I regulate the flow of work, which means I'm not, having to worry about a consistent influx of calls. But it's been very easy going, and I have no complaints about it. I do have good news though. So since I've been on quarantine, it's given me a lot of time to think about things. It's given me a lot of time to just reflect on my life, meditate on my next steps in life, and really just think about where I'm going in my life. And the best part is that now my job is offering us the opportunity to work from home full time. Now, this has been honestly a prayer of mine since about early in 2019. I actually realized that I would love to work from home. I co-authored with 13 other amazing women last year to write a book, and during that time I was actually sick because I had kidney surgery, which I did mention in a video I did previously. And I was actually out of work for about 3.5 months. And I realized during that 3.5 months, I love being at home. I just enjoyed it so much. So, that had been a prayer of mine since that time. And it's so amazing how the universe just opens up opportunities for you, especially when you're willing, you're ready, and you're able. So just recently I tweaked my I tweaked my resume and updated some things on my resume so that I could apply for a permanent work from home position. And to be honest, I'm super excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it because, like I mentioned earlier, this is something I've always wanted to do, at least for like the last year or so. And then on top of that, I've talked about school a few times, but I recently just enrolled back into school. This is probably, no lie, y'all, like the third or fourth time I've been in school since I was about 20 years old. I did do a video, which is in the link of the description of this one, talking about being 30 years old and obtaining my bachelor's degree. I am honestly, y'all, one of those people where for a long time I didn't think that I needed to get extra education and get more education and apply myself. But the reality of it is no matter how street smart I am or how naturally smart I am, it's always best to put yourself in the best position to be able to maximize your life and create the best life that you really desire. And, I've been thinking I do well for myself to be a single woman with no dependents, but I also have been thinking I could do better. I can do more. I can apply myself better. And so, yeah, I'm in school, and y'all, I'm taking this history course right now, right? And this course is American History 1. And you know what I think while I'm in this course, because I just started it last week. I'm thinking about how for such a long time, people across the planet, especially white people across the planet and black people, well, all people across the planet have been really working diligently and consistently to have something that's theirs. And even at certain points, there have been people that have come to a place, i.e., white settlers, Europeans, and have taken from other people because where they were, they were not able to express their religious beliefs and express their way of living because they were under the rule of the Catholic Church. And it just makes me think how people all across the globe, all across the world, are constantly in search and have been in search for hundreds of years for living life the way that they desire. And so I think about just being a Black woman living in America, how that's been the constant story for us as Black people. We just want something that's ours. We want to express who we are without having to feel guilty for being that African or that Black or that proud of who we are. And so going through this history course has just really made me, put some things into perspective and think about how, number one, it's very important to hear the different sides of every story because there's always more than one side. And I think about it now, I just think about how the reason why so many people have left where they've been in the world to go to a whole nother section of the globe is to be free. And it just really correlates to today how much African people are really desiring to do the exact same thing. So anyway, y'all, I have taken a few of my quizzes for class, and I have currently a 95A. I'm doing very well. I am enjoying the material. I am enjoying the content. And I've just been thinking lately, because honestly, y'all, I have really kind of just taking myself off of, Facebook and Instagram a little bit more. I've still consistently been posting on YouTube. I think at this point I'm averaging about maybe 1 or 2 videos a week on YouTube, which is about my average anyway. Sometimes I get 3 or 4 if I get crunk and get excited. But I've been thinking about how my more instant social medias that you just can get on really quick and post or look at something really quickly, my Facebook and Instagram, I've really taken the opportunity to just kind of pull back a little bit and just kind of really think about Kiara and meditate on Kiara's life. Because I'll say this, if we're not careful and if we're not aware, we can soak up so much of other people's lives and so much of the media and the news that we really can become distracted on our peace. And I realized that was something that's been happening to me. I realized that naturally I can be easily triggered, and I don't want to be easily triggered by negative energy. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that I don't see police brutality, racism, because, it exists. It probably will exist for the rest of my existence. But I still have to be very aware of how much I'm taking in. Because the reality of it is I can turn my TV on and be introduced to racism over and over again. I can be bombarded with it at any point in time. I can be bombarded with it subtly in conversations with people who have no idea that they are offending me, or people who look like me. So some of those things I can't control per se, but in other respects, I can control how much I'm taking in of social media consistently. And so just learning how to detox, that's just something I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, especially with not really feeling that great, feeling a little bit under the weather. I said I'll do another video, but I did mention earlier, my fiance, he has COVID-19, and, I still haven't technically gotten my test results back, but we live in the same house. We've been up under each other, and I actually felt really, really crappy earlier last week, which is why I really pulled off social media. So even if I currently don't have it, I know that, I'm doing my best, just keeping myself in the house and just trying to be as healthy as I can be and doing a little workout as I can and just trying to take care and focus on Kiara. So anyway, family, if you are enjoying the content that you are seeing and you feel like you are loving the content, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you share as well. I also want to give a shout out to everybody who has been watching my TLC video. I did a video on total life changes, and for some reason it's really starting to pick up. It's starting to do very well. I am very thankful to everybody who's been consistently commenting and leaving a lot of positive feedback for me. As I mentioned, that was a decision that I made because my integrity comes first, and at the end of the day, I know that I will make massive amounts of influence and money and change. And so because I know that I am an affluent person and I attract good things, I want to continue to attract good things to me. And I just didn't feel that that was happening with the company. So thank you all for showing love and support for that video. If you haven't seen that video, it will be in the link of the description of this one as well. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and for continuing to support the brand. I'm your girl, Kiara Washington Speaks, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.